Okay, David, this is a snatch video review of one you sent me recently. We'll just look at it in whole first. Looked like maybe the better of the two at 95. Better of the two. So good rep, made it. A couple things I want to see is, we zoom in here a little bit. Like if you watch your back tightness, there's this, you can see it really slightly right there. As you initiate, watch the motion go there. And you get a little loose in your back. I think you actually asked me about using a belt on a snatch, and I would have no problem with that, right? Because you have a pretty flat line, right? But we probably want more concave look in your start position. I believe the bar is, it's still kind of going. If this were straight from the side, we'd see this is a pretty straight bar path, right? And straight's fine. It's better than looping out. You might have a slight loop out, but we want to pull back, right? So you don't have any contact with the bar right here. Right here, that bar needs to be sucked down into your body, right? Like super tight, and it's already made contact with your thigh if we're doing it right. And right now it's hanging out, so that's where we see this, right? Like you're not even close to your hips. I mean, you're not even close to your like final extension, and you're already on your toes. So that you have taken your hips to the bar instead of bringing the bar to your hips, right? Which means that as you finish, everything's like fine. It's just you always have to settle it back, or it's slightly forward, right? If it's slightly forward, alternately, this is what will cause somebody to miss backwards. Is they'll chase with their hips and bang it around. You do such a good job of finishing up, right? Like elbows high. That's legit. That's super good right there. I love that. But that's your saving grace to keep that. But you see how you have to take your chest forward a bunch to catch it. If you pull it back right here and it's on your thigh, like right above the knee, and it's sliding up, see it's probably made contact now, but you're already on your toes and you got to chase it forward just a bit. If it's on your thigh right here and tight, you should be able to catch it much more vertically and be much more stable in the bottom. I think your snatch is getting really close. I'm picking nits here, but we really need to work on that active pull back. And kind of the mark of that is you'll get close to your hip, and if you draw a line right here, this is actually kind of intuitive. If you drew a line, your body's like at an angle instead of being completely vertical here, right? So it's close. I think the mark of you doing this well is the bar will start getting further and further. You'll get closer to vertical with your heel still on the ground, right? This is like a forward launch angle. Now it's nearly impossible to be completely heels on the ground when you get to the hip, but you'll be closer to vertical at the top. So anyways, good lift.